So today for dinner, we're gonna have sourdough pizza, and I'm gonna be baking it in the OONI pizza oven. It's delicious, it's crispy, and the crust is just airy, flaky, and it's really good. So we're gonna go inside of this grocery store and pick up the ingredients for the toppings.
Our favorite grocery.
Get to baking some pizza. What toppings do you want?
Margarita pizza toppings.
Margarita, okay.
Tomato, mozzarella, basil, and that's it, right?
Yeah. Okay, let's go. All right. First topping, a couple of these delicious looking heirloom tomatoes. That's gonna be good. Some fresh basil. I love topping my pizzas with a little bit of arugula.
It's really good. Like,
perfect.
It's like peppery.
Yeah, very healthy too. Judy's favorite is mushrooms. For me personally, I'm a shiitake mushrooms guy. That's good. Mushrooms. We're gonna do some mushrooms. This is a pizza dough I like to use. The 00 pizza flour. But guess what? I just bought this for $5 off of Amazon during Amazon Prime Day. It's $10 here.
I mean, because it's on Prime Day.
I know, for sure. That was a good deal. Now today I am doing my own sourdough, which is already in the fridge. It's been fermenting for 2 days. I was gonna also try frozen dough. Yes, yes.
What if it's not good?
It's gonna be good. We'll see. I just wanted to test it out. I guess I don't have it, sad. Guess I'll have to stick to my delicious sourdough at home. Just got done shopping. Got some other goodies. Time to prep ingredients now. So this is the OONI pizza oven. This is a 3-in-1, so you can, or the 2-in-1. You can actually connect gas to the back of it. I don't have it connected to gas because I'm gonna do charcoal. This is the pipe where all the smoke comes out of. This is the back part where you add the charcoal. This is the cover, which you use to cover it, just like that. I mean, really simple. But as you're cooking it, you're gonna add more charcoal to this, and it makes it really easy. Initially though, there's a little tray over there that I'm gonna show you in a second, and you're gonna slide it back there. I'll show you what kind of fuel I use, charcoal, fire starters, everything. This is a pizza stone right here. As you can see, it's very dirty. It's got some of the black bits from the last cooking session. I'm going to start this up. Before I even get the ingredients ready, I'm gonna fire this up to get it super hot. And the reason you do that is, one, you want this to be nice and heated through so it cooks the pizza correctly, and you want all this to be nice and warmed up. But also this is gonna burn off whatever is left, and you're gonna see this is gonna be super clean by the time I'm done prepping the OONI pizza oven. Over here, I've got my charcoal. I just use regular charcoal. This is the standard charcoal you'd use, hardwood stuff for any kind of barbecue, but I also use cherry wood. So this is a cherry wood that I use. You could use just this, but I find that charcoal holds up and keeps heat longer. So what I do is I use it in combination with this. This is gonna give you the flames that's gonna go over the pizza. So this combo is what I find works the best. These are the fire starters I put underneath. I'm gonna put this part of the tray right on top, just like that. There we go, it just sets in just like that. I use a butane torch. This is just Iwatani. They sell this, connects to a butane torch. This little opening right here, this is where I light up the fire starters, and it just burns. It goes up through here, and then it's just gonna light up the charcoal. And I'm gonna do all that right here on the charcoal grill. I don't even use this anymore. I just use this as a platform for the OONI grill. It just barely fits on there, but it's perfect. Since I have it and it rolls around, I can move it around to wherever I want. I'm gonna go ahead and light it up right here, slide it in here, close this up, close up the back hatch, and then let it warm up. Time to make some pizza. By the way, these gloves are a must buy when making pizza with this pizza oven. I'll put the link below, but any grill gloves are gonna be important because look, I'm gonna touch this, which is not really that hot yet, but it's gonna help protect my hands obviously. And even though the other fire starters aren't quite lit, they will be soon enough. And just like this, all the way to the back. And that's it. Gonna close this up. Here's the back view. is gonna light up. Once I put this cover on right here, all the air is gonna move from the back air vent through the charcoal. It's gonna light up those flames. It's going to move the smoke up that smoke pipe and get this thing nice and heated up. This takes a good 15 to 20 minutes to get nice and warmed up. As I mentioned before, I'm not just doing this to warm it up, I'm doing this to burn off any last bits from the last time I baked pizzas, so get this super hot. All right, so turn this on. See, it says 85. The ideal cooking temperature for pizzas is 700 to 720, but I want to get this up as high as possible, and the highest I've ever gotten in it is about 950 degrees. All right, it's getting super, super hot. It's registering 700 degrees and it's going higher and higher. Just take a look at that surface. There's still some of the black bits from last time. Once this gets up to about 900 degrees, which it will, it's gonna burn everything off and it's gonna be a super clean pizza stone. The way you get this super hot is as those coals are building, you're gonna add more fuel. So you can already tell, I've already added a few pieces of wood. I'm gonna add a couple more, and these are red hot, so it's perfect. Now what I'm trying to do is get up to 1,000. I'm trying to get up to at least 1,000 degrees, if not 900. And then what I also do is put one of these big pieces of charcoal, because this is gonna create the big red coals. That's gonna be perfect for keeping the oven hot for a very long time. See, the wood creates the flame, the charcoal creates the red coals. There we go, cover it. And there you go. In the next, I wanna say 10 minutes, this will be done. And this will have gotten to about 900 plus degrees. And by the time the pizza's ready, this will be cleaned up and ready to bake a pizza. So when you're first starting the OONI, you're gonna wanna use a smaller charcoal along with the wood. But as it gets going, throw in those big pieces of charcoal. That's gonna sustain that heat over the course of your baking session. And the wood really is only to get things really fired up and create those flames, because you need those flames, a little bit at least, to get that charring on the top of the pizza. But you don't want it too hot, okay? This is why it's registering 700 right now. This would be a perfect temperature to cook the pizza. Another thing to consider too, the pizza stone at the bottom, that has to be a certain temp. Now, you can have infrared gun to see if it's hot enough. I just go by time. Even though that thermometer says 700 degrees, if that stone isn't hot enough, it's not gonna cook the bottom of your pizza crust. So that's why it takes a little time, but once it gets going, you can just pop pizzas in there. It only takes about 2 minutes to bake a pizza. That's what's so awesome about this OONI pizza oven, because inside it would take me at least an hour and a half to do 4 pizzas. Out here, if I had someone helping me make the pizzas, I could do 4 pizzas in literally 20 minutes. So it just hit barely 900 degrees, but let me show you inside. Oh yeah, you can already tell most of that black soot already went away. But to clean it up completely, what I do is I take a wet towel and then I take some tongs and I just wipe it off. Let me show you how easy this is. There you go, just like that. Having gloves on here would probably help, because this is so freaking hot. It's burning my fingers a little bit, but that's okay. Just put that off to the side. There you go. Once this gets down to about 700 degrees, I might put a piece of wood in there, but it's ready to cook a pizza here soon. Very important, don't cook it when it's this hot, because it could burn your pizza. Now, it's gonna burn your pizza even at 700 degrees. 700 to 720 is the ideal temp to cook a perfect pizza, and it should only take about 2 minutes tops. Now we'll go inside and actually prep the dough and make the pizza. The first pizza is gonna be cheese. Got some shredded mozzarella that I just shredded right now, some grated Parmesan, and just some basic tomato sauces. This is tomatoes, garlic, olive oil, salt, and MSG. That's it, a little bit of salt. Now here's the pizza peel. This is what comes with your OONI oven. I bought a wooden one, but I find this actually works great because it's got a really sharp edge, and that's what you're gonna need to get it underneath your pizza. And I'm doing a sourdough, so you've got to make sure to coat this with something. I'm gonna use a combination of flour. This is the flour that I'm gonna put the dough into, and I just cover the pizza peel with it, and some cornmeal. Cornmeal acts like a ball bearing, so it's gonna help your sourdough or any kind of dough slide on this easier. Now it will burn, so don't put too much of this on there. But flour and cornmeal together, I find is the best to let your pizza dough slide, because what you don't want is your pizza dough to stick, because it's gonna fold over, it's gonna be a hot mess, and I've already went through it. It sucks. You're gonna have to go through it no matter what, but yeah, that's my tip here. And then of course the dough. This is sourdough that I've been fermenting for 2 whole days. It's ready to go. I folded it into balls 48 hours ago, and it's expanded to these big old things. I don't even know if it's gonna fit in here. I'm gonna bring you through the whole process, removing it from the dough box, into the flour, forming it, putting it on the pizza peel, putting the toppings on, and baking the pizza. Flour the pizza peel. This should be just a light dusting. The edges are really important, not too much. Then, cornmeal, not too much of this either. Light dusting. The downside is it will burn, so just beware. I'm gonna take my dough out. I just have 2 spatulas, actually baker's scraper, I think you call it. Remove it, put it right into the flour like this. Flip it over, form it. Put it on the pizza peel. And this is really important. You gotta do this very, very fast, because there's a timer. If you're using a sourdough like me, it's pretty hydrated, so it's gonna stick to this pizza peel. So have everything ready. Sauce on first, not too much. Really important that you don't spill any sauce on the pizza peel. If it gets in between the dough and the pizza peel, it's gonna be a hot mess. So I'm moving quick here. It's okay that's not pretty, especially when you're doing this your first time. Just get enough to flavor it. Probably a huge mistake a beginner makes is putting too much sauce on. Salt. A little bit of Parmesan. This is gonna add a depth of flavor that you usually don't get on most pizzas, but is amazing. Mozzarella, same thing as the sauce. Don't put too much, you don't need that much. Oh, right here too, see that? I dropped some cheese there. You don't wanna do that. Nothing in the way of this thing sliding off easily. Almost seems there's not enough cheese, but that's okay. The star of the show is not the cheese, it's the dough. A lot of people don't know that. Do a little check, a little slide check. It's a little bit hotter than I want, but that's all good. What I do is I start at the back part. Here I go. Put this over here. Close it. You've got 1 minute, so let me turn on the timer. Turn on a timer for 1 minute. It's really important that you use a timer and just watch it. So the reason I put it on the back part is because that front part is super hot from the flame, from the coals, and it's definitely gonna cook the other side way faster. And when I turn this here in a second, I'm gonna turn it and then I will finish cooking it a little bit closer, because this part of the stone will have released a lot of its heat. You literally have to work really quick here. So I can already tell the other side is cooking. I'm gonna turn off my timer. It's only been 50 seconds. Taking my pizza peel, putting right under it, quick, like that. See, look at that. See, it's already burning. That's definitely too hot. A little secret, the first pizza is kind of your tester pizza. I think I saved it. Maybe I'll eat that part. I'll put this in, but it should be done in literally probably like 30 to 40 seconds. Pizza's done. Look at that. Yeah, the pizza's done. As you can tell, I mean, I just barely saved this pizza. Look at that. See, those parts are good. It's a little more burnt, but that's okay. Underneath, let's see. See, underneath actually looks good. See, this is a little bit overburnt, but that's okay. The first pizza, this just what happens. The top looks amazing. See, I put it in there a little bit early. I should have waited till it was at about 720, but it'll be fine. It's still gonna be good. And the kids can just cut off these burnt parts. That's the first pizza. The second one will be much better. So right now the pizza oven is at 685 degrees and it's going down. It's getting cooler. I'm gonna add one piece of this cherry wood and that's gonna get it up to probably, I don't know, like 750. And then right when it gets to about 730, I'll start making the pizza and then I'll bring it out here so that right when in that range, 700 to 720, that's when I'm gonna put the second pizza in and should cook way better and won't over bake. It won't burn on the edges. Oh yeah, that big old piece of charcoal is nice now. Put that in there, cover it, and then I want to say what, like in 5 minutes it should be ready. I am going to take this wet towel here that I used earlier, put on my glove this time, and there is some burnt flour from the last pizza. I just want to wipe down off the stone, just like this. Move it over to the side. What's cool is the high heat cleans the pizza stone for you, which is really cool. See, it's already getting up to temp. It's gonna hit 700 like in no time. Probably hit 750. When it starts going down from its highest temp, that's when I'm gonna get my dough ready, put the toppings on so that I hit that 700 to 720 range. For the next pizza, it's going to be a margarita pizza. We've got some heirloom tomatoes, both a yellow one and a red one. Got some basil. For the cheese, same thing. We're going to do some Parmesan, some mozzarella that I freshly shred. And yeah, this will be a basic one. No sauce on this one. Oh, really important, have salt because you need that flavor for the tomatoes to bring out all those delicious umamis that are in tomatoes. I take the spatulas and I put a little bit of olive oil on there. This helps it so it doesn't stick to the dough. Could do it to the other one too, a scraper. The pizza oven's at 720 degrees and it's coming down now. These doughs have been sitting in here for a little bit longer than ideal, but that's okay. Plop it right in. Get some flour on your fingers. There we go. Get the edges, get the other edges, and then move it. Okay, see this? That's too big. See this? This hole, very dangerous. You do not want that. I'm gonna just start on the edges. So this dough is not ideally the right level of rising, but it was sitting in the pizza dough boxes for a little bit too long. I want to say about now like 6 or 7 hours. So it's really, really soft. I mean, like super soft. So I have to be very gentle with it.
Have any ingredients from them?
I always say clean as you go, but with pizza, it's just part of the process. Okay, put this on here. The good news is I'm not using pizza sauce, so it's gonna slide a little easier without the risk of sticking. Take your Parmesan, put some cheese. This is not a traditional margarita pizza because I'm using some firm mozzarella cheese. Normally you'd use a softer one, but that's okay. See, the thing about making margarita pizza with tomatoes like this is you gotta have some really, really hot ovens or a pizza oven because there's a lot of moisture in here. A little bit of olive oil. Definitely salt. Notice I'm not gonna put the basil on there because it does burn. Do the slide test. Oh, that's just barely. Honey, can you open the window for me, please? Real quick. Thank you. Ideally, you would do it out here on the table, but I'm trying to film this for you guys. 684, we'll take it where that pizza stone is hot, so it'll be fine. Slide it on there. Oh my gosh, that was close. There we go. Turn on your timer. When you're making pizza with a pizza oven, you gotta be paying attention and fully focused 100%. It's very easy to burn this or mess it up. I'm actually lucky it slid off, but you know, that flour and that cornmeal, lifesaver. There we go, timer's off. 1 minute. There we go, get up underneath it. Slide it. Turn it. It's hot. Oh yeah, you can actually see right there. That's what you're looking for right there, that leoparding. Put it back in, a little bit farther in this time. Check the bottom, it's perfect. There we go, 1 minute. It's gonna be good. One more thing you can do is add a little bit of wood in there. Get those flames over the top, because there is no more flames. So I'm using some wood chips here. Just a little bit. It's gonna light up right away. There we go. Learned this from Vito. You see that? There's so much moisture in those tomatoes, so that flame is gonna really help to cook the top. Okay, my timer just went off. I'm gonna go ahead and open it up. Oh, baby. Check it. That actually looks amazing. The rack is really important so that the bottom doesn't get soggy. I'm just gonna let it rest. Look at that. That leoparding is perfect. Those little black spots, that's what they call them. This side is a little undercooked. That's okay. But yeah, I'll take it. Put your basil on there. What I'm gonna do differently this time is I'm gonna actually put this back in the oven for a hot second just to char these a little bit, not too much. I'm gonna cook this side right here a little bit more. But before I do that, another drizzle of olive oil, especially on the basil itself. It's gonna protect it from burning too much. There we go. I'm just gonna cook it for a really, really quick second. Not too much. That crust looks way better. Let it rest and then cut it. Let me show you what the bottom looks like. See those edges? Still a little bit more burnt than I'd like. This part, perfect. So the pizza oven is down to 500 degrees. I still have 2 more pizzas, so this is what I do. Take 2 pieces of wood, one on one side, one on the other side. These gloves are so important. Then a big old piece of charcoal like this, right across these 2. That's gonna get fired up, turn into red coals. Put the cover on, then let it do its thing. All right, so this is the last pizza I'm gonna vlog. I have one more dough in there. This is gonna be a pepperoni, mushroom, onion pizza. As you can see, I'm still learning how to do this too. Shift test, okay, that's good. I've mastered making pizza in my home oven, but the OONI, I'm still learning how to do it. There's so many variables that affect it. The dough, the ingredients, the temperature of your oven, when you do it. You know, there's a difference between daytime and nighttime, in my opinion. Ultimately, it takes a lot of practice, gaining a lot of experience, and you just have to have a lot of grace for yourself to know that it's not always gonna be perfect. You just gotta make the mistakes, learn from them, find out what works, build from there, take notes. That's been a huge help for me. Don't just rely on your memory. And over time, you will master this. I do love the OONI because it's so small. The footprint of it is very reasonable, no matter what kind of space you have. Even though I have on my old barbecue, you can put it right onto a table, like obviously an outdoor patio table. If you're thinking about buying it, totally suggest it. I don't have a lot of experience with other ones, but a lot of good reviews. Gets really hot, as you've seen. Mushrooms, pepperoni. These are leftover mushrooms from my last pizza session. Same thing with these pepperonis. It's the last bit of my last bag. By no means is this a tutorial on how to use the OONI. It's just a guide and a sharing of my experience and my little tips. Follow the instructions on their website, on other people's videos, which there's plenty. By the way, Pro Home Chef, I watch his OONI oven video the most of everybody, so shout out. Salt. A little olive oil. I don't know why, but olive oil, when you're using the pizza oven, is nice. So I want to show you something. I just put the pizza in the pizza oven. You see that? It's got stuck. So it was a little bit of work. All 3 of these spots are wet spots that stuck to the pizza peel. You just have to shift it really hard, but some of the toppings fell off. It's gonna happen. It's totally okay. It happens. So just a little tip, even someone like me who's done this plenty of times on the OONI, not as much as a pro, but sometimes you get sticking. Don't be nervous. This is why it's nice to put that coat of flour as well as the cornmeal. But even then, sometimes it sticks if it takes too long. As you saw, there was a lot of toppings on there too. Oh shit. Oh, see, look at that. Fell off. It fell off. Dang it. See, look at that. It happens. I'm talking about. There was a really thin part. That's what happened. But you can still save the pizza. So let me just show you what a mistake or a fail looks like. There was a wet spot or a sticky spot on my dough. It stuck to the pizza peel and there's a lot of stuff that burnt onto the pizza stone. What I'm gonna do is put some more wood in there, get this again to 900 degrees. It's gonna burn all this off, make it super clean, and we'll try it again. 3 pieces of wood, a couple pieces of charcoal, just some wood chips. I mean, it's gonna burn up no matter what, but this is gonna create those flames. Put the cover back on, let it burn. So the last pizza is for Judy. There's some Italian sausage, some shiitake mushrooms, dry roasted them in the pizza oven. I'm gonna make the dough, put the cheese on, put these on, and I'm not gonna do bechamel, I'm gonna do Kewpie mayo, which I know is so crazy, but in Japan, this is what they do, and it's delicious. It'll be my first time, but I think it'll be delicious. Honey, tell me, what do you think about that pizza right there?
Whoa, beautiful.
It's not burning.
Wow, what beauty. Very flavorful.